Hiya, it's Amanda here from Lolli Lulu Crafts, and today I have a little haul video for you. As you know, I'm on the Hunkydory design team, and I have purchased something a bit naughty really, because I really didn't need it, but I did really want it. And Hunkydory have these offers quite regularly, and obviously in all full transparency, obviously I do get a discount as well for being on the design team. So with that and the offer together, it did just make this too irresistible for me. And if you guys have been with me a while and you saw my Lodge videos, you will know I do tend to love me a marker. And I kind of got the markers, so I was a bit naughty. So what we're going to do in this video is I'm going to take a look at the markers. I'm going to show you kind of about the marker itself, how it works, the nibs, all about the actual marker and its mechanics, as it were, for the want of a better word. And then we're going to get into the fun bit, which is taking a look at the colours. Okay, so let's get into the box. Part of the offer was this Prism World of Colour handbook, which basically has a load of kind of instructions on how to colour, basically using your markers, etc. So lots, and then a load of project ideas at the back, all the different colours. So you get 14 sets, and in each set you get 6 markers, and they're basically colour kind of done. So these are the blues, literally called blues. So on the bottom here they have like the actual colours name and the numbers. So if you picked up 461, 462, 463, they should be your light, medium, dark within that shade group. I haven't particularly tried that yet. I've not had them long enough. I've literally just done one little drawing here, which was super cute. So that's all I've done at the moment with them. They've also got names, but the names aren't actually on the markers at all. The barrel of the marker looks flat, but it is actually, when it's in the box there, but it's actually like a triangular shape. And the reason for that is it doesn't roll off the table, it will kind of stop. It also is actually surprisingly comfortable to hold. Now the markers themselves, they actually look black, but they're actually, I'm hoping you can just catch it there, they're actually a deep purple, which obviously purple is Hunkydory colour. Then you've got the little diagram on your marker here to show you which tip you've got. I'll show you the actual tips in a moment. And as I said, they're these sort of, it's like a triangular shape, but it's got sort of extra little bits on the corners of the triangle to make them more comfortable. And then it has a colour on the end of the tip here to show you a guide as to what colour you're picking up. But it also has the number. It doesn't, as I say, have any names on it. So the markers on here, they have 2 tips. You've got that lovely little fine tip, and it's actually quite soft. I'll show you that in a minute. So it does actually colour really well. Sometimes when you have these bullet tips, they're really hard and they're almost scratchy, but this isn't like that. It's really soft and it blends out really nicely. And then on this end, we've got the chisel tip. Let's just grab this piece of paper here. This is actually some Copic marker paper. Hunkydory obviously recommend Hunkydory Ink Me card, but I haven't tried it on that. I just went straight to my Copic because I wanted to try it on something that I know what it's like when I use my alcohol markers normally. So I had a really good comparison. So you've got your chisel tip. So a really nice solid layer of colour. And then we've got the bullet tip. And then when you colour, you're obviously all alcohol markers squeak, that's the colour going down, but you can see it's very even. You're not getting that lines that you sometimes get. I'm obviously exaggerating it there with alcohol markers with bullet tips. Sometimes they do that and it's not, you know, ideal. The other thing is to make sure you store them flat, ideally, because otherwise your ink will go to whichever end is at the bottom. It's not like desperate, because obviously you could just then lay them flat again, but obviously if you've done that and then you want the other end, it might make it more difficult. Okay, so let's do a little bit of blending just so you could see how it works. So we're starting off with, just to try, I'm sticking with the blues that we've got, and I've got the 471 and the 470. And then now obviously with similar colours that's easier, but you can see as well how I've done it here on the little elephant that I had showed you. So that is sort of just looking at the markers and how they work. So now just to take a look at the colours themselves, which personally I think is the best bit. So that's the blues, you already took a peek at those. And then we have pinks, which to me that seems purple on there, but I'm sure when you see it, I mean, it looks, if it comes out like this, it's going to be kind of more pinky than it appears at first glance. And then we have purples. Again, that looks very bluey, but obviously you get very bluey purples. And here it actually calls that indigo, which to me is heading towards a blue. But, you know, it's just a rough kind of, you know, colour family. It's not 100%, you know, it's just to give you a guide when you're purchasing. And this is your reds. And actually when you look, I think if you look here, you've got the pinks and then the reds. And if you look at the numbers, you've got 511. And you've also got 510 here. So they, you know, they do connect. These are the turquoises, which I'm dying to use. They look gorgeous. And then greens. I don't know why I'm showing you that bit. Again, I think the colours look, oh, yum, yum, yum. And then we have your cool greys and your warm greys. So cool greys first. And this is actually not just numbered, it's actually got letters. So CG1, which I think is really helpful. And 600 is a black. So they call it midnight, but you know, it's black. So that's your cool greys. And then your warm greys, again, have your WG on, but not on all of them. You've got a 542 here. So that's sort of, they call that one mushroom. And then I'm trying to deliberately pick out the ones, because there's some ones that are just a little different in their concept of how they've been put together. So these ones are browns, obviously, and a kind of yellowy one here, honey they call that. So really nice. The final kind of standard colour groups is the yellows. So by that I mean, you know, reds, pinks, yellows, etc. that we've been doing. So we've got some beautiful yellows. I really like to see some nice different tones in yellows. And you can see them here. And these are going to follow right through beautifully to your orange, obviously here, but then through to your reds. So that's going to look really nice. And obviously with your browns, because your browns have got your honey and your ginger, etc., and your sepia. So that kind of works really well. Then the last four sets are kind of your odd men out, insofar as they're not like a pink set or a blue set. So they've mixed them up in a different way. So this is perhaps quite a good starting point if you want something that gives you perhaps a little bit more of a mixture of colours, rather than just a whole set of greens or whatever. So this first set is called darks. So as you can see here, what I mean is you've got, you know, your darker blues are purple, a lovely, I don't know what they call that, raspberry they call that one, but okay. It looks more kind of russety here, but on the camera it looks quite raspberry actually. And you've got teal, forest, etc. Oh, and a navy blue. So you've got some nice mix of colours in the darker range. And this one is your neutrals. Now this is clearly your skin tones, isn't it? Or at least it's a good starting point for your skin tones. So they've got some beautiful shades here, going from quite pale to, and a pinky, obviously like a blush, I guess, and some darker colours. And you can see them here. So then we've got brights. So again, another really good mix. And you've got some beautiful colours. You can see them better on the bottom, I think. You've got your purple, so you've got violet, cherry, rose, jade, lime and azure. So all your families here, you've got your red, your purple, your greens, your yellow, your blue, your pink. So, you know, you've got something from everything, which is really great. And that's kind of like your bright shades, your kind of more mid-tone between your really dark and your really pale. And then talking of pale, here are your pastels. So again, the same idea. Oh, camera focus, there we go. And this one comes with your blender pen as well, so extra little bit of sort of handiness. So here again you've got your peach, blue, pale yellow, sort of lovely lemon, they call it vanilla, sort of purpley pink, and your greens. So again, from all your different colour families. So then when you put these together, let's put your neutrals here, you can see you've got a really good selection. I think actually you can see it better when I do it like this. So you've got a nice selection. You've got some dark tones, your mid-tones, your pales and your skin tones. And you've got a few greens for your, you know, for your foliage. If you're doing flowers and things, you've got all the colours under the sun for your flowers. And you've obviously got like your blues for your sky and your sea and your water. So these four would definitely give you a really good starting point if you were not sure, you know, or you didn't want to invest in everything. Okay, so that's it for this video. I thought it might be helpful just to take a bit more of a detailed look at the actual marker itself and how it coloured, etc., as well as just looking at the actual colours themselves. So hopefully you got to see everything you needed to see, not, as I said, not just the colours themselves, and I hope you found that helpful. I will do a video making a card using these colours, so do make sure you catch that later. So thank you so much for watching. As I say, I hope you've enjoyed, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now. Bye.